Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 7th episode of Symphogear G. This one's titled When You Stop Being You, which I get the feeling it might be going with Hibiki a bit more, considering the state that's currently going on with the Gungnir fragments inside her, and them spreading with the repeated use of her Symphogear. Yeah, that's already having a noticeable change. Well, first of all, she regrew an arm. That's already significant, alright? But even more significant now is that she can directly touch the noise and not be victim to the whatever it is effects it is. I don't actually know if there's an actual term for what that would be called. I think Nep called it carbonization. I don't know if that's actually the official term, but it fits. The disintegration just kind of fits as well. I have no idea what official term there is with it. I don't know if it's been said on the show yet. But yeah, that's pretty big. And it definitely implies that she's becoming more like the noise. Because the noise kill humans with that. And I assume other living creatures as well. Have we ever seen a noise hit something else that's not human? I don't think we have. Makes me worry about all the pets and stuff in the world. But forget that for a minute. That's not important. You watch, I bet like a pet's going to be important, like Series 4 or something, because that's just how dumb it's going to be. But no, yeah, the fact that she can interact with them, it's obviously not going to kill her, because we've got 5 seasons, right? We know that in context of that. Her being inhuman, I think we think of that as a big deal, but as long as it's her mind that remains the same, I don't think people will be too concerned. I think they're more concerned of her mind going into the Berserk mode, because the Berserk mode is kind of the relic in control of her, and it's very primal and animalistic, just like Nephilim for that matter. I wonder if we had a different relic, if it wasn't Gungnir that was embedded in her, if we had, say, I don't know, Ichiban that was embedded in her, and activated a Berserk mode of sorts. I wonder if they're all relics that are this, like, primal anger almost, that are in them, because Nephilim seems to have eternal hunger almost. Gungnir seems to be eternal rage almost. Is Nephilim just pure hunger though? I don't know, that one might be a bit of a stretch to say that Nephilim is more focused around hunger than anything else, but I mean, it eats relic fragments, and that's what it needs to grow, as it were, and we're using that in some way to raise the frontier into the skies. I have no idea where they're going with that. Like, I get the idea with the symbology in the sky and stuff, because we're trying, like, in Season 1, we made the tower to pierce the heavens. No, to destroy the moon, right? That was the objective. Destroy the moon, destroy the curse of something. Was it called Habal? I think it was Habal, maybe. And that was the plan. But in this instance, we're trying to raise the frontier to the skies for some reason. Apparently the moon's coming down, which in theory means they just need to find a way to survive, because if the moon comes down, the moon is destroyed, along with the Earth, pretty much. Which means the curse is lifted, and then I don't know what. Unless we're like, the only thing I can think of in relation to what I currently know of the lore is that we would need to rise into the skies, maybe not the physical skies, but the metaphorical skies, to reach heaven and God. Because that's Fine's whole plan, is to reach God. It's more complicated than that, I know. But I can't remember much of Season 1's lore and what Fine was saying about that. I need to kind of embed that in my head a little more. I've got too many shows to worry about. A lot of the more detailed lore of this series seems to skip over stuff. Like, all the Season 1 stuff that Arioka was kind of spouting in her little Hibiki shrine, a lot of that's already gone, so maybe I'll recognize it when it gets brought up again, but for now it's gone. But raising the frontier into the sky, I can only think... The two ideas I have to mind are their skyship base thing that they have right now. I can only think maybe that's the frontier. They call that the frontier, and they want to get that into the sky to escape Earth. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about a rocket to leave Earth. I don't know beyond that. I first thought like the frontier was meant to be like a way to transport And maybe that's still true with a rocket or a plane and stuff. I was thinking more like a means of going to a different realm, to the realm where God is, which he put out the barrier to. But maybe they're talking about a physical object. I mean, the tower was a literal tower. So maybe the frontier is a literal thing that they're trying to raise into the sky. Maybe the moon thing is a bluff, but I don't think it would be. Like, it could be a bluff to make them think that, oh, they're not going to try and destroy the moon right now because the moon's coming down anyway. But apparently it is coming down, and like scientists can back that up. So I don't know. I still don't know when Nephilim fits into all that with its eternal hunger. What happens if we were to feed it all the relic fragments we could? What is the end for this beast? Like, what happens if we keep feeding it? Just like what happens if Hibiki keeps using a Symphogear? What eventually happens? The fear is that she just goes complete... Well, she either dies, or she ends up complete berserk mode all the time, unreasonable. Although we've seen that currently, with the current state of things, Tsubasa and to an extent Chris as well, can bring her down from that and calm her. For now. Whether they'll be able to do that if it keeps progressing, obviously, it will become more obvious. Just like how Sukuna's power in Jujutsu Kaisen can reach a point where it's like to the point where he can no longer control it. What's the main character's name? I forgot the main character's name for Jujutsu Kaisen. It's fine. I'm tired. But yeah, Ver's still crazy. He has the heart of Nephilim because no one picked it up after that battle, surprisingly. Like, I understand Hibiki just tossing it aside. Like, what's Hibiki going to do with it while she's in beast mode? But no one else from the organization thought to check and find out what happened to it. Like, they were all watching Hibiki throw it out and... Right? Like, we all noticed it. Again, whatever. But Ver still has Solomon's Cane and is attacking near the school, which is why Hibiki is now in action after being told by Tsubasa to stay out of things and just, you're not any use to us right now, get out, basically. Making herself the villain to Hibiki, but doing it because she's trying to protect her, which ultimately isn't going to work because Hibiki's going to get involved whether you like it or not. That's just how Hibiki is. Like, she's going to get involved, so you might as well embrace it and just hope for the best, really, at this point. I don't think there's much more you can do. But yeah, Mum's not doing well either. She's terminally ill, probably, at this point. So how long she's got, I don't know. Hence why they're probably keeping Ver around, despite there being some division between them. Like, they're not a perfectly unified group, which is nice to see. And I mentioned that a lot last time as well, with there being more commitment to Maria than there is to Fine. Like, I don't even know how much Fine really is a factor at this point, per se. Like, they're doing it for the intention of Fine, but character commitment to Fine is not necessarily there yet. Not like she has pure allies here, ready for her, you know? So, kind of interesting to see what happens there, because Fine will eventually overtake Maria, probably. Which is going to be interesting to see, but I guess that's going to wait till later. We're only halfway through at the moment. There's plenty of time for that to get more crazy. Was there anything else I needed to mention going through all this? Right, the survivor's guilt that Hibiki has that was mentioned as part of the trauma as to why she was considering herself a hypocrite and all that. Thank you everyone for explaining that, but with the people in attendance and the deaths, it wasn't just the noise deaths, it was people being trampled in the escape and violence that happened with people trying to get into shelters and things like that. And so survivors get painted a bad light because it's like, oh, you probably killed someone just to get out yourself. And obviously another thing, Hibiki got much more special treatment because directly involved in it and has to share in the secret of what happened, so it's only reasonable that she even gets special treatment that makes her stand out more, and therefore it's like, well, why are you getting such special treatment just for surviving? It's like, okay, that makes a bit more sense as to why it happens. It might also just be culturally in Japan. It might be a difference, because I don't think anything like that would occur here in the UK necessarily. I can't really think anyone would say something like that or think like that, even as kids or teenagers. Maybe that's just a cultural difference. maybe. I don't know. I'm not well versed enough to really comment on that. But anyway, we're gonna load the episode up here. Usually long intros because it's Symphogear. What do you expect from me at this point? I'm sure it'll be a long outro. So as per usual, these are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in picture, go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture in picture reactions on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as Symphogear G here. We also have movie reactions with Kiki's delivery service coming up later on Saturday. Be following straight after So I'm a Spider So What on the 22nd. But here on YouTube we do time based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3 to 1 play. Play start episode, I start episode, and we should be in sync. We'll watch this one on Anime Party as per usual because we want the D-Truck fan subs. This show is available on Crunchyroll though if you want to see the Crunchyroll version. That's also there. But like I said, we're watching D-Truck. No logos or anything to start with. We're just going to be straight into the episode here. Hopefully everything's working. But you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scene's transitioning. That should help you sync it up at least. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Right. Discussing Hibiki. No one knows. Right. This is where Ver attacks. Of course, immediate first thought is to run there. And OP time. Alright. Here we go. Spouse and Chris are going to be there as well. Oh boy. Is he going to say the line? Please tell me he says the line. Say it. Say it. Oh, he's not going to say it, is he? There we go. He got out. Oh. Holy shit! Holy shit! Wow. Yeah. Noise are just complete small fry at this point. No matter how many you put out. Well, change the world is very true. Jesus. Oh boy. And then. All right, these two. They got here in time. Mm hmm. Here comes the. Yep. Yeah. Little tough right now. They got them okay. She's really glowing. It's pushing a bit too far now. The hell? So you just inject that into them? Is that the linker? Yes, that's it. Right. Okay. Uh, mm, he knows the control. He knows the power he wields. Hmm. Stasia. Is that the first time she's been named? I can't even remember. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you expect from her? Really? Oh boy. Sure. That might explain why you didn't pump them as full as you want, though. They only got a little bit before you pulled out. Hmm. I don't know about that one. Right. Yep. Hmm. Oh boy. I got chills. I got chills. Absolute inescapable death. Sure about that? Superb song for a superb song. What? Holy shit. Holy shit. Taking away their energy. Okay. A tactical advantage, but also just to save them, I think. Okay. Okay. The affinity with fire is really. Yeah. It's doing it just to protect them as well. There it goes. Jesus. Just to spell all that energy away. Of course, she has to go. Has to go for the waifu. Whew. God, that scene gave me chills. But we disperse the energy. She's still standing for now. Hmm. I'm not doing so hot. Yeah, you can see the Symphogear that they're using to do the stealth and stuff. Gotta get out of here. Mm-hmm. Maybe we believe that's the only three potential enemies possible. He's just take that fucking grin off your face there. Mm-hmm. Probably not safe to get near her right now. Oh boy. Oh god. Okay. Yep. Extreme heat. Here we go. Transforming whilst on the bike. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay. The show has discovered how to use vehicles to make it somewhat more awesome. Got like Flash of the Rider's Blade. Oh, using nice. Love the amount of steam coming off as well. It's perfect. There was nothing you could have done. Haven't told Chris. Important question is what happened to the wreck fragments in her chest? Are they still like that, or did they recede? Yeah. The lengths you're pushing them to. Division 2 space. Yeah, the show really did discover how to use vehicles to make itself more awesome. Oh boy. That Scar's becoming more badass though. Good, good. Well, until the next time this happens, unfortunately. Oh, very funny. Oh, it has had enough. So it's now at full output. Oh boy. Object retrieved 5 years ago? Did we? Which relic is this? I don't remember this from season 1, do I? The seal on the frontier. So it's a sealed item that we need the heart to power. Okay. We know where it's sealed. Okay. So it's not an actual thing we already have or built. Got it. Yeah. Where is this frontier going to be sealed away? Trying to think of what previous locations we might be using. Finally telling the truth of everything. Yikes. It looks pretty bad already. In all likelihood, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have to protect each other, really. Oh, hello, you two. Well, yeah. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it about to collapse? Hmm. She's... Yeah, not doing so well. Yeah, you're not fine. Down it comes. Who intervenes? Someone's going to intervene there. I don't know. Huh? Huh? Is that true, though? Huh? Are you sure about that right now? Okay. Okay. As soon as they said they were also part of the facility to find Fina candidates, changed things. Hmm. I'm still just as confused over this frontier, but at least we know a better idea of it. Alright. That's it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Things are getting more complicated, huh? that's getting... So Kirika, she's the actual Fine awakening, right? I think they're implied that because that like that color scheme and that I feel like that's Fine. So Maria is not Fine at this point. That's going to change things a bit. They're listening to that conversation. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, what on earth could it be? What on earth could the frontier damn well be? I will say the way they've depicted Gungnim and its overtaking of Hibiki, like very, very nice. Like to use the flame aspects of it, I quite like that. I really like the style that they went for with that, and then having like the heat around her. And, like all in all, I just love that idea a lot. Using her superb song to cancel out theirs and then fire off that excess energy, very nice as well. So the Zesshou Jing is what they are saying. Now, is that something that was mentioned in Season 1? Because I do not remember. Zesshou Jing. I don't remember that name at all. They said it was 5 years ago, which would be earlier on in the history. So it wouldn't be something that was explicitly shown or mentioned. Zesshou Jing. Like, I'm so tempted to look it up to see if there's any Season 1 references, but I know if I type that in, I'm going to get so spoiled on it. So I can't do that. So, Symphogear peeps, need your help again. Was that mentioned in Season 1, or is that relatively new knowledge for us? Because I do not remember at all. Maybe it was part of Ryoko's big spiel in the shrine room to Hibiki. Oh boy. But we have a bit more of a confirmation on a Fine reincarnation now. If it is Kirika, because I did say someone would intervene. I didn't expect that to be the intervention, though. Man, we've now got even more reason to push Miku and Hibiki together, which is good because Miku has not had as big a role in this season. She's just kind of been there for the most part. Now her being a very pivotal point of support for Hibiki definitely cements her status as part of the crew. I assume next episode will probably include some of that in helping Hibiki's recovery, especially. Yeah, seeing the like her scar looks fucking badass now. Like it was already kind of a badass scar. Now it's even getting more. Like I think it's intentional. It's in the shape of an S, obviously, but God, seeing it like break out like that is very interesting. But here's the thing: it does seem like it's overtaking her. But if she can progress that overtaking in a slower and steady manner, in theory, she could control that progressively and get stronger through it, and unlock more of the relic's power, essentially, through it. More than what a typical Symphogear can do. Which would be kind of interesting in of itself. The frontier, man, I don't know. We're going to use the Zesshou Jing. So the Zesshou Jing is unlocking the seal. The heart is powering and activating the frontier. Whatever that is. I guess it could be another relic, but would you need a relic to power a relic? That seems a bit odd. But they want to lift that to the sky. I don't know. I really don't know. Could be like a stairway to heaven, essentially. Still so very confused about that. I love how little information they're giving, but enough to make me question everything. Because yes, that's how you do it. Yeah. I don't know what their listening in there has any implications to. But I don't know if that's something that they're new or what. I don't know, but yeah, they kind of hinted at it a little bit this episode as well, didn't they? Because Ver was addressing Maria as if she was already Fine at this point, and they kind of paid it off as, oh, it's not fully, she's not fully Fine yet. It's a slow process, which, as far as we're aware, that could be possible. But it makes more sense that she doesn't know if she's not actually the Fine candidate, and Kirika actually is. Hmm. 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 That's interesting. I like that a lot. Yeah, it was a good episode. Like I said, Hibiki is becoming even more badass, even if it is at a cost right now. But like I said, there is a way you could, in theory, mitigate that and actually use that for your own good. But we'll see if that actually does end up happening. I get the feeling that from this point onwards, the cliffhangers are going to start getting real now. Like, second half of the show, this is where the cliffhangers really kick in. Like, I know episodes, like, I know 11, 12, 13 are going to be kind of insufferable in that way. We were lucky last season that because we were so delayed in some of the episodes, I got to watch like 11, 12, 13 all together at the same time, which made it a fantastic finale. I can't do that this season, but God, I wish I could. I really wish I could, but I can't. I'll have to suffer weekly, as many of you did when this first came out. Still crazy to think this is 8 years old. Like, this series is 8 years old. The one before it is 9 years old. 10th anniversary is January next year. That's going to be fun. Wonder if they'll announce anything for the 10th anniversary of Symphogear. I wonder. I mean, they could, right? I think, from what I've heard from people, a 6th season is not likely because the 5th season kind of does a good job of concluding the story. Like, it doesn't leave much open to go with from everything else. Like, that's what I've heard of the 5th season, so a 6th season is not likely. So maybe it's a new IP set in the same universe, potentially. Like, they could go, like, the Love Live route, right? Like, of having, okay, we've had this group, now we go, like, a time skip or something, we have a new set of girls, maybe. Something like that. I don't know if you can necessarily capture the same, the same feeling, though, if you just did a same thing but with new members. Like, that's always a risk. But by the time I even have to worry about if they ever put a new project out, like, they might do a movie or something. That's a possibility. Because Symphogear never did a movie, did they? They did the 5 seasons, they had the game or something, right? There's another project, I forget what it was called. It was like NU or something like that. I forget what it was called. What was the game called? Smartphone game, XD Unlimited. So XDU was the abbreviation. Okay, I was close-ish. Now the English version didn't last long, did it? I assume the Japanese version is still going. I don't know if the game's still going. Apparently there's like a good lore to it, though, that might be worth adapting. I don't know. I don't know much beyond that, but yeah. Another great episode. I'm going to end it here because I'm going to keep talking otherwise. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments waiting for the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.